Hi guys,
Hello, people.
I'm Milena,
Lola.
and we're watching Sopranos, episode 6 of season 6. We're flying through it.
Really?
Yes, I did episode 5 last night.
Yeah.
In the last episode,
Yes.
we had Johnny and the wedding and everything that happened. And we also had Tony came back to work. And the last scene was him beating up the guy and going to bathroom to puke, you know.
Yeah. Remember
I mean, it's a very
everything.
good episode.
This is a great episode.
Honestly,
I
so
loved how
far-
the season started.
So far, these 5... Laura is gonna make such a big statement. This is gonna be my favorite season or something like that.
My statement is might, if it continues. And again, because it is the last season, so I expect things to have like a full like circle back moment that has like all the things that need to be my favorite season.
I agree.
So I said it might.
Yeah, I agree.
The fact that you struggle with saying this is your problem.
My point is that so far these 5 episodes have been phenomenal. I honestly loved every single thing, and I love what we're doing with the story, Tony especially. So
I agree with that.
can't wait to see what's gonna happen next.
What is this episode called? Can we like make a suggestion?
Well, maybe.
Can we, like...
Vito.
What?
Vito.
Yes, Vito.
So like in this episode is called something for
Something
him.
for Vito. Or something.
Yes.
Oh, live or die.
Live free or
die.
Something like that. So I expect in this episode Vito to die.
Maybe he's not live free.
I really doubt it, because then he's not gonna work.
You see The Last of Us.
The Last of Us.
Now when I watch the wind and the trees, when he's there, I just keep thinking of Meadows' voice, like when he was gonna enter death, calling him back.
Sounds like he's walking.
It's like a raccoon stuck. No, it's the wind, yeah.
Wind.
Something constantly interrupting his peace. You feel existent.
We don't eat, we don't go out.
Is that all you ever think about? Sex?
All I ever think about, you haven't fucked me in over a year.
Blood sugar. I told you.
It's like it was another actress in the previous episode.
This is his Guma,
Oh, okay.
I guess.
Okay, it makes more sense. I know the actress. Just watched one episode.
Never seen this one in my life.
Rusty, you made the call, Tiffany.
I found out when I was going to fit him for a suit. She sent it over to her best tailors.
So I should meet him at the airport?
No, they're going to call you when they arrive. Then you hook them up with a third party.
This is smart, though. The more I think about it.
2 episodes ago, he was like, it's a pussy move.
No, it's okay. Hey,
Of course. He's giving him money.
thanks.
Feels bad.
I don't remember slamming the refrigerator door. Never should have raised my hands to you. I'm sorry.
As long as you realize.
So, I saw my cousin this week. It turns out he ran into a friend of yours, the big guy, Vito.
This is how they find out.
He was in a fag bar, dancing with the guy.
The fuck out.
What? Is that so serious?
You are not gonna fucking believe this. Vito's about a poison ass muncher. Oh! What?
What did you just say?
Vito was spotted in a fag bar in New York.
By who?
The kid's cousin.
Bullshit. He's a married man.
What'll go on?
Back up a second. What did the kid say exactly?
The kid's cousin, Sal Iacuso.
Put me on, because I know him.
Sal was at this place in the city, supposedly on business. He saw Vito holding hands with a guy in Nipplebacks.
I don't know. Fucking slanderous me.
Well, let's take this in the back.
Yeah, that's what Vito did.
You can go.
Tell you one thing. If it was me this kid was spreading rumors about, he'd have something up his own ass. And it wouldn't be no cock either.
That's the point, though.
This is funny, huh? There's a man's reputation at stake here.
A married man with kids.
That don't mean shit. Elton John was married.
So what do we gotta do, though?
Actually see him take it in the ass?
Jesus Christ.
If we don't want a phone.
But he went to a motel. What the fuck did he do at that motel?
I think he found out that nobody knows and probably went back.
He wanted to
So what was going on?
He was fucking fishing. See if we heard.
He represents us. I'm not gonna condemn
Represents? What is your reputation?
I could care less, Spacey.
Yeah? Maybe you're a flop bag.
Fucking nauseated. Up to me, I drag Vito behind my fucking car right now.
Oh, will you take it easy over there, fucking Judge Roy B?
One of my bar girls knows his Gumad. Check with her. Maybe she's seen him and knows where he is.
He's gonna say that
Laura,
today.
They haven't had sex in a while.
She said 6 months or something.
So weight loss.
What?
AIDS? Nobody's got AIDS.
I was like, what are you even talking
Here
about?
again.
Can you imagine being gay in this environment?
It has been 4 days now since he's been arrested, and we have no money to hire a lawyer.
He is a good boy.
The FBI went to his school and took him like a criminal. This is America?
If she had been wearing a yarmulke, it would have been a different story. You can bet.
They're these poor, hard-working people.
Then you're not eating?
Coffee's good.
I mean it, the government is just completely fucking this family over. You think it's funny? The FBI snatched their son off the street like we're some third-world dictatorship.
There must have been some reason, Meadow.
Like he's a terrorist, maybe.
9/11, 9/11. Bush is using it as an excuse to erode our constitutional protections, and you're falling for it.
I voted for him.
Right. You don't relate to black people clinging to logs.
I vote.
You want to chill out about some of this?
Let me ask you something. Those, two Arabs, you think there's a chance they could be, I don't know, Al-Qaeda's? Something like that?
They're insane people.
You know, at one point it did cross my mind.
And?
I don't think so. Plus, Muhammad and his girlfriend have a dog. Spring is Spanish.
What are these people talking about?
Tony is like, oh my god, a guy named Muhammad like must be a terrorist.
Yes.
Like,
While
are you
doing
not
what
thinking
he's
about-
doing.
They're ridiculous people. They're
That's
ridiculous
insane
humans.
to me.
Hey, yo! What the fuck you doing?
Tony's looking for you.
To me?
He's been gone for fucking days.
I'm gonna hate this so
goddamn
much.
phone, Jesus. You go ahead and I'll follow you.
Is this like a storm coming?
Yeah.
Well, there's confirmation.
Yeah. Larry doesn't hurt.
Rotten piece of shit! Better not come around here no more!
Oh.
What is he gonna do? Like leave the
I
country?
mean, run away from this life, I guess.
Some friends coming over from Naples, paying a visit to a guy from New York.
You should provide him a couple of dumb gats, guidance on where to find him.
Mrs. Spagford, hey, we're just at the hospital with your mom.
Kids asleep?
They went to sleep about an hour ago.
How's this safe? Wouldn't they like search for you here
When they
first?
come here immediately.
There's no way he escapes.
No. I mean, I don't
But,
think
like,
so. I think the show's gonna
Kill
want to
him
prove-
for this?
Oh, apparently
Kill
their
him for the fact
reputation.
that he's gay? Why do I get shocked? They're awful people.
What?
Why do I get shocked? They're awful people.
It's really fun.
Is someone like following him? His tire burst?
Okay, he has.
You know, these people have not a single person that they can trust in life to fucking call in this moment.
New Hampshire.
New Hampshire?
I think I read New Hampshire.
Is New Hampshire like north to
Yeah, it's
New York?
It's New York, I think Massachusetts, and I think New Hampshire is north from Massachusetts, but I'm not 100% sure. It's a random house.
Well, I thought it was an inn. But like now does he know someone here?
Hi, how you doing?
Okay.
I need a room for the night.
I don't have anybody down for a reservation.
The site said vacancy.
Oh, we have rooms. We usually don't get walk-ins. Come in.
This is a house.
Well, bed and breakfast, I guess.
Glad to have you. Slow around here till the leaf peepers show up. Let me show you where we serve
I
breakfast.
just want to go to my room.
It's 140, breakfast included, MasterCard or Visa.
I'll pay cash.
Accept that too, but you can take care of it in the morning.
My car broke down.
On a night like this too. You know, my stepson runs the tow service. You want early morning, I can have your rig brought to the mobile.
Route 228. This is for you.
Just a kind stranger.
Upstairs, first order bread.
It's also interesting to me when people know Route 222. I wouldn't know where to tell you where I am to save my life. Oh, this is the house that she's building. That you have to technically build from scratch because it's not safe to build in the way they started building, if I understood correctly.
It's over at the house. Everything is gone.
Which house are you referring to?
The spec house. The PVC, the shaped roof shingles, even that expensive lock on the shed is missing.
That's awful, Mel.
You don't know anything about this.
You left it there to rot.
I don't believe this. With my husband on his deathbed.
Sarah Bernhardt.
You went over there and you picked through the place like a vulture.
You said you'd straighten out the permits with the building department, and you never did.
That is beside the point.
You're a broken record, for God's sake. That's what you are. I've had a lifetime of her bullshit.
He went and took pipes, everything, well, just sold it.
Peterborough, New Hampshire.
National director.
Angelo Di Piazza. How about Roberta Di Piazza? Could you try Roberta Spatafore? Spatafore.
It's good. First time here, try the Johnny cake. What's that? Pancake made with white cornmeal. New England specialty.
Okay. And give me some of those Jimmy Deans.
Our sausages are made in-house.
Hey, boys. How'd you guys make out in the storm?
We lost our lights in the middle of a cold case.
Oh, they're like a couple.
Yeah. And they live normally.
Living a normal life. Is he gonna feel resentment towards them?
These are Johnny cakes. I gotta warn you, they're addictive.
So he could have a life here or something, but he's gonna die before there's a chance of that.
Vito.
He said he'd be back from Vegas today. I don't know.
Come on, Vito. How's it going, you guys?
We have our ups and downs.
And, in the romance department?
Excuse me?
It's awkward.
Yeah.
No offense, I really don't want to talk about this. Vito's a good father and a loving husband.
But his mind is elsewhere. He takes these unexplained powers.
He's got a Kumar, I know all about it.
I'm telling you, my business, I'm around a lot of women. That one ain't getting laid.
Fuck.
Hello?
Vito, you got him?
Who?
Hope you don't want to phone, asshole.
Where did he drop the phone?
When you're sucking his dick? Put him on.
Is it in New Hampshire?
Yeah, that's right. Telephone tough guy. Put Vito on the phone.
Don't say where you are.
Hang on a second.
Don't say where you are.
Vito's on the phone.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hello?
You just squished that phone.
Hang on a second.
Going over the list for the silent auction. We're already up to about $7,500. A silent auction again? Why not give live auction here?
I got Sebring.
People enjoy the silent auction. I thought our goal was to raise money. I say, we get them lick it up, let them tear each other's throats out. Put me down for $2,000 worth of body work and or paint.
2,000, my one hand.
You didn't know he was gay.
Actually, I haven't paid the whole time.
He a close friend?
Not only that, he's one of my most valuable guys. He's ambitious. He's focused.
You tell me, what is the issue?
He's a fag.
And?
Why did you
Now, what am I supposed to do?
Why did he sing that?
They're born that way, right? It's not their fault. But frankly, I think they go about in pity for themselves.
You and pity.
See it as a fault.
In your circle, I'm sure you got all kinds of gays and trans whatevers of all stripes. But not where I come from.
How do you feel about homosexuality?
I find it disgusting. Men kissing men, holding hands in the street. Every fucking TV show now, they rub your nose in it. The lesbian thing with the Jennifer Beals. It's not bad.
I think I've heard this argument a million times.
I don't give too much of a shit what people do behind closed doors with consenting adults. I agree with that senatorian. Says if we let this stuff go too far, pretty soon we'll be fucking dogs.
I hear a lot of ambivalence.
This guy that got outed, look, the guys that work for me are asking for his head. What the fuck? And we're in the construction business. Now some of these union old timers, the contractors, they're not gonna want to be seen with him. And
I think she talked.
Deals, major fucking dollars.
A lot of your circle must have done jail time. They can't be strangers to male-male sexual contact.
You gotta pay us for that.
Well, that's nice.
What are you gonna do? There's no women there. You're there 5, 10 years. Just for the record, my incarceration was very short term, so I never had any need for any anal,
So this fella has been outed.
What the fuck? I suppose something inside me says, God bless, I salute. Who gives a shit? I had a second chance. Why shouldn't he?
Part of your new outlook?
Maybe.
I salute it then.
It's all fucking order, I'll tell you that.
How so?
You can talk about every day being a gift and stopping to smell the roses. But regular life's got a way of picking away at it.
Look, Tom, I haven't wanted to bug you, but before you got hurt, you said you would get that building inspector to cut me some slack so I could get back to my business.
Oh yeah, right. I will. You know, my shrink told me that I stood by Junior through all his jealousy and shit, trying to prove I'm a good guy. My mother couldn't hate a good boy like that.
Imagine lying next to a guy 15 years and all the time he's been playing for the pink team.
Imagine when they find out their father's a Finook.
The amount of the words that they have said for gay, I've never heard.
No. Still Vito? I mean, he'd be like the last one you'd suspect. What about Vito? Nothing. Him and Maria having some problems, that's all. They can probably guess. Excuse me? I'm not going first. Do you know something?
I mean, yes.
He is possibly gay. Ben saw him giving some guy a blowjob. What? And Dad got him that job in construction.
She couldn't wait to gossip. God, she was just holding it in barely.
Oh my God! He saw this? He had Finn all freaked out. He still does. Why didn't you say something?
Is this her becoming part of the circle out of the future?
You gotta hear what Meadow just told us.
Mom! The cat's out of the bag, Meadow.
Oh, it's Dr. Yanko, the famous dentist. Hey, Don. Hey, Don. Hey,
Fortunately, Phineas got some bad news, so listen up.
Fuck would you
If I was Finn,
God, I'm breaking. I would have broken up the second that when that episode was happening. In that episode.
But how would they find him here?
I don't know. Look at this place. Looks so nice.
You know what I mean? How would they find him?
I have
He has to call somebody.
I have no idea. The whole place looks so nice and peaceful. And
Unless
you can
he
be
comes
you.
back or calls somebody.
I mean, he left his whole kids, left his kids behind.
Let me ask you a question. Before he cornered you in the porta potty, when the security guard was sucking him off.
Well, it was the other way around.
What?
Vito was blowing the security guard.
son of a bitch! Catch him, not pitch him.
What are you gonna do? It'll be okay. Get him to pay for some therapy.
Look, why don't you, 12, right? Get yourself a sandwich.
This is funny.
Soda.
God.
Well, Tony, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna say?
But how would they find him?
I want to kill the fat faggot myself. Be a fucking honor. I can't believe I stuck up for him. I feel like I've been stabbed in the heart.
Oh my God, it's all
One could only wish.
He's gotta go.
He's not here.
I want to think about it.
Yeah, I don't know.
What the fuck? What is there to think about?
But
Fuck
to
that, I'll
kill
say it
him.
again. What the fuck is there to think about?
Really,
You
he's
gonna
not
take
in the
care of his
business.
kids? After he's gone?
It's true.
Fucking be boss.
Poor little guys.
Sit down.
It's just, how much more betrayal can I take?
Poor fucking you.
Me.
Poor all of you. Poor you.
Big construction tycoon.
Maybe Olivia was right. Who are you?
Greasing the union. Who knew that's what he meant?
All right, this stays in these 4 walls.
I can't believe it myself.
I keep waiting for him to call.
I get my hands on him, I'm gonna tear him limb from limb.
Don't say that.
Yeah, that's what she
My
wants.
cousin he married, making a mockery of the whole sacrament.
You all have gumas. You are making.
Maybe there were signs, but Vito Skyfall is a good man, and he's a wonderful dad. If somebody sees something one time and is tossed
confirmation through the grapevine. Vito was seen in a car with a man. We can't be in denial no more, much as we love him. Where do you think he might have gone, honey? So we can get him back here. Get him to do something
She
about
could
it.
say, like, he went to his cousins. You said he's a good man and a good dad. They're gonna kill him for being gay. What the fuck are you gonna speak about?
Airbags, chrome rims.
Oh, hi. I'm sorry, am I interrupting something? I'm here for the free bodywork certificates for the auction.
Well, they were doing something behind closed doors.
Well, you know, Angie's put money on the street.
She's got enough money to do that, huh?
I kinda wish she didn't do it, just not get involved with these fucking idiots.
With their body shops.
But I'm glad that she's successful.
Our grandmothers did it. Those were harder times, but I salute, right?
He looks like...
The guys in Vito's crew, they say if he was to come back, they refuse to take orders from him.
What do they do?
Not only that, a couple of the other captives won't talk to him. I don't disagree. And Paulie especially. Now that he's accepted it, hey, he's the most out from Vito Scott.
Well, it's not their fucking decision who they work with. Fucking Vito, through sheer hard work, turned himself into my best earner. I don't even know if I'd have the new boat without him. He's a come-from-behind kind of guy.
That's true, but...
So I'm gonna burn that kind of dedication? It's hard to believe I couldn't get something more out of him if he would have come back. Stocks, offshore shit. I don't know.
These other guys feel that they should be made to find him and put him down for the honor of the family.
Oh, please, huh?
Like an animal.
You know, certain people, they love the high drama, like fucking high school girls. And others I can name, they just can't wait to whack somebody, anybody.
But some people feel it's against our principles, though.
Let's be honest with ourselves here. We all know Vito's not the first. Look at the great things.
God, love Tony in this episode. I mean, the bar's on the fucking floor.
The thing is, I kind of feel like he's gonna come to the wrong decision, you know what I mean? Like,
well, because of everyone else.
Yes,
I
because
understand.
of everybody else.
I need him to hold firm.
But like, not because he's gonna change his mind.
No,
you know what I mean?
No, of course.
What?
I heard him as well.
Literally feel him.
I fucking heard him.
2006. There's pillow biters in the special forces.
Now you cut Vito slack, now that he's out of the closet, just the excuse people need to go off the reservation. Start withholding serious money.
Let me read the page, will you?
This is the business that he's in. That's the horrible part of it. They're all horrible
Having fun
humans.
with all this paper? Volunteer at the South Bronx Law Center.
Well, this is really interesting, too. Of course, it's different than the kind of thing we see at the Law Center.
I need the emails from box 44 and 45, July and August. Pull them and leave them with my assistant. Tony Sopranos, kid.
This guy's pretty clever, really. He set up all these phony investment firms and then just siphoned the money out. $80 million.
Whoa.
Yeah, he's out on bail. Then you look at my father's friend. Federal marshals dragging him out of his own daughter's wedding. He hasn't even been tried yet. You're innocent in this country until proven guilty.
Yeah, but Johnny Macaroni was indicted for murder.
They couldn't let him stay 15 more minutes. You know why they did that. To humiliate him in front of everyone. Metal detectors, risky. My father with the shoes. So white-collar criminals can destroy people's lives and steal their pensions, and it's no big deal to you.
You know what? Bad subject. Let's talk about something else.
No, let's talk about it. So we can stop with the macaroni cracks.
Why are you picking a fight?
I'm not, but you're slamming my family. I don't know.
My girl. There's a lot to slam your family for. Like 2 wrongs. Don't make it right.
You weren't there for the Grand Inquisition about Vito.
I knew it. I'm picking the fight.
I was in the back
You should pick a
of
fight
a
about
butcher shop with your
Literally.
Uncle Paulie ratting out a guy I don't really even know. I mean, what do you think's gonna happen to Vito for being gay?
Exactly.
Literally.
And don't give me any of that poverty of immense genre bullshit. We're in
Let's
fucking
go.
Caldwell, New Jersey, and you're on your high horse about justice. They're gonna need it out themselves.
Good for him. Spoke no lies.
Yeah.
I want you to break up, boy. He'll leave this family. My best case scenario, and I think that it's not gonna happen. Tony somehow finds where he is, tells him stay there, don't come back, they're not gonna accept you.
Yeah, but like he's not gonna come back. That's the
free or
thing. It's
die.
just like the fact that like they could find him and kill him. The best case scenario, they don't look for him if he's not coming back.
But how do they kill him without Tony's permission? Okay, Tony can be like, fine, he cannot be part of the crew, but you cannot go out and kill him.
That's what something that like I would prefer.
Yeah, that's Benita. You're a natural.
Or wait, is it gonna end the episode?
The end?
So the story is not over, or is this like over?
God, I wish it was over.
Because I expected to finish in this episode. Why would they prolong the story if they're gonna kill him? You know what I mean?
God, I wish like this just sounds like this, like, oh, see, he's good at something else, he can do this here.
And they ended it with live free or die. So like he knows that if he goes back, he dies. If he stays here, he lives free.
Please let this be the end of the
next
story.
Episode. The title of the next episode. Like Vito dies.
Luxury lounge. What does that tell you?
Honestly, this was another phenomenal episode.
I literally just don't know if this was the end of it. God, I wish, but just somehow...
You think it's not?
Yeah.
I'm 50-50, just because, again, the story about gay guy who is in mafia sounds like, honestly, story for one episode. Doesn't sounds like... I mean, the resolution of the story, you know what I mean? Like, because like, you don't think so? I mean, that's fine.
Just because like Tony, it can be a storyline for one episode for like a side character, but like it's gonna connect with Tony having, let's say, his beliefs, and then having the pressure of the guys. I mean, you know, so like that is the thing that can.
I don't know. I'm just saying like how it seems to me. That's the only reason why I think it is possibly over somehow. It had a final scene in my eyes, you know, like that moment, like felt final. It just that like, again, I was 100% sure that they were going to kill him. I was 100% sure. I think we even talked about either in the previous episode or the episode before that. I think we talked about, when we talked about probably about in the previous episode, we talked about Vito.
Yeah.
I think we talked about how I think Tony wouldn't care. I think Tony wouldn't give a damn. But he is gonna care because just like in the last episode, he decided to be the guy who did nothing wrong.
Yeah.
To show his power, to show that he is still an alpha, let's say, you know, and that people should be afraid of him. People should respect him. He is very strong, you know. That's what I thought he's gonna do in this episode. Again, the pressure of the business, the pressure of being that alpha male in this environment.
Yeah,
you know?
Strong silent type.
Exactly. So like I thought he cannot have and accept a gay man, even though he maybe wouldn't care.
Yeah.
You know, even though he is a good worker, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because like all of who they are is just about how it looks to other people, how it looks. That's why you have to be the strong silent type, because like you cannot show any weakness to them. Like being attracted to men shows weakness. Like they cannot wrap their minds around
you
this.
Should have a wife and a kid and guma.
Yeah.
You know, because
because
you're so
like
manly.
You're an alpha male.
You know, so like of course you're gonna have
like,
other women around
and
you.
Imagine also like being a gay man that's like they had a comment because he was the one giving the blowjob and not the other way around. So like
comes with being gay.
Yeah, I know. But like he was like Tony was talking like, you know, people in jail, let's say, didn't have another choice. So like that is acceptable, let's say, or whatever. I think it also has to, in their minds, I'm sure, it's bad enough that he's gay. I think it's even worse that he is bottom. Is that how you say it? That he is on the receiving end.
I mean, yes, but in this case, he was sucking a dick.
Yeah, but like to them, that like means that he is the...
Even though he does not.
No, well, they're idiots. You know what I mean? So like to them, that is like even more demeaning, degrading.
I mean, less masculine, I would say.
Yeah.
For them, in their mind. So like, yeah, I mean, the scene pinpointed that moment that like when they heard that he was the one giving the other guy a blowjob, that like they were all shocked and disgusted and things like that, you know?
Yeah.
So I honestly think that like we talked about Tony having the storyline for him, and I really did think that like the episode is gonna end with them killing Vito or finding Vito or something like that, you know?
Yeah.
And at the same time, we never got the answer to the question when Silvio asked Vito's wife, where do you think he could go? Like we didn't hear her say, I really don't know, or like I have no idea, or things like that. Because like we technically know that he has a cousin, probably in New Hampshire somewhere.
Yeah.
But like New Hampshire, it's not like a small town of like 100 people, you know, like we're just like saying I'm gonna go to Boston and they're gonna find somebody.
I know people that live like 100 meters from me. I do not see them day to day.
Exactly.
I have not seen them in years. You know what I mean? Like, what the fuck? Where am I gonna find them?
So that's why my opinion is so fucking unrealistic for them to find, especially because he's not gonna use credit cards. He's not gonna use anything let's say traceable.
Yeah.
I think
they can go around town and be like, have you seen this person? Have you seen this person? Have you seen? I don't know how they're gonna like find him.
Towns. You know what I mean? Again,
yeah, but like is he in a specific town from where his cousin is from?
I don't think so.
Or he's just in the state?
I think he's just in the state because like I don't think he knows where he's because he said like search the whole state because like you know what I mean?
Yeah, but like
he doesn't know where his cousin is exactly.
I guess.
Because he said one town with a name, then the other name, then said search the whole state, you know, because like I guess he has no idea. That's how it sounded to me.
Yeah. I like the thing is it might not even be them that find him. Like he has left his kids and like we have seen him looking at a picture. So like I'm gonna assume that he is, and by the words of his wife, I'm gonna assume that he is a good dad and a caring father. And so like maybe he's gonna try to find a way for him to be able to go back.
That is I think to go back or to get his kids. Because like I think the episode ended with very specific way where he saw the plate number where it said where it's live free or die. So I think that means in his mind he knows if he goes back he dies, and if he stays here he lives free.
Yes.
So like at least in my opinion that's what the show wanted to tell us.
Yeah.
That like that he knows that he's gonna die if he goes back, so he's not going back. So in my mind, the only way is if he calls somebody or like leaves or if he is in a town where his cousin is from. So like it's there is 1,000 people, so they're gonna find him. Again, they could do. I had no doubt in my mind that the episode is gonna end with them finding him. Like even though I thought it was a bit unrealistic, but who cares? I thought that's how the episode is gonna end, you know.
Yeah.
But it didn't end like that. So honestly, I don't know. I'm really not.
Again, it's like he left this life immediately. You know, it's not like he was unhappy because he had to lie, but like the way that he was making money, he wanted to move even like further up in this world. Like he liked the job that he was doing, you know, like that's who he also thinks that he is. And so like I don't think it's as easy to like him leaving and being like I'm just gonna start all over again. I don't think that like that could be a thing, but I also think like potentially he's gonna like fall back into his old ways, like of what he knows how to do, you know, like maybe he's just gonna start like being a mobster in New Hampshire, you know, to this town, to these people.
I really don't think so. I really don't expect it just because in my mind, then he dies. They're gonna find him then. You know what I mean? The word is gonna get out of the street. Those that like...
if this was not the last time we see him, he's dead.
I agree.
If this was not the last time that we see him, like that's it. He is dead.
That's where I completely agree with you. I think either he dies in the next episode or we don't know anything about it. This is the last we see him, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, I really don't expect we don't see him for 5 episodes, then in the 6th one we come back to the story. Why would we, you know?
Yeah.
So, like, I completely agree with you. I'm really 50-50 on it. I think I would prefer, of course, him not dying. Even though, do we really need to... Do we really,
for the millionth time, all of them deserve death.
Exactly. Do we really need to repeat ourselves and say that he's a horrible man?
Yeah.
We all know that, you know? But again, I love that the show sometimes give us characters that like we can sympathize with, you know?
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say root for, you know? Like he did horrible things, but like I do sympathize with the fact that like he is stuck, you know? And the fact that like they want to kill him because he's gay.
Yeah.
You know, so of course I'm rooting for him. in this scenario, you know?
Yeah, because like he is their biggest earner. Like he has worked his way, like he has put in the hours, he has put in the work.
And
you know
I
what I mean?
love that Tony said all of that.
Yes, like he has put in all that, and like the reason why he cannot do like continue this job again, the immoral fucking job, but like still like he has put the hours in. The reason why he cannot is because he's gay. I mean, like that is so ridiculous. I mean, in their world, that is not like everyone here knew it was about to be a problem. Like they are men that need to be tough. God forbid they fucking cry. You know, imagine what being gay in their environment will do. I was shocked that the guy, what's his name, Patsy, maybe, that he was like, I don't care. I was shocked that there was one of them who, I mean, he always keeps calm. I was shocked that one of them was like, I don't care.
Yeah.
Like that to me was more than I expected from the rest of them.
Yeah, I agree. No, honestly, I really loved Tony in this episode. I really loved, honestly, everything that he said. I loved how he respected him for his work, even though it's a horrible fucking work. But like, again, that is something that you, like, put aside what he does. He does this. He ended up in this job, but like he works hard and he tries so much, you know. It's like there is something, let's say, to respect, you know, even though horrible, immoral business.
I think like Tony, what he said to Melfi, I think that is like I have heard those exact same words like spoken by guys before, like growing up and everything, where it was like, you know, so like watching two men kiss or hold hands is disgusting. Like, do what you want behind your four walls. When it comes to women on women, or then like like it's he said word by word things that I believe so many men that are like them, like macho alpha, you know, whatever.
I honestly believe so many men in, let's say, in Serbia.
Oh my god, I think this is like 60% of men in Serbia. And so like that's a very common held, what do I call it, belief? I don't know. That comes from people that have also been taught that by growing up in an environment that is like just very homophobic, that like you are gonna look at that type of love as something that's weird or disgusting, and like so you grow up to become someone like the rest of them, you know. It's like it's a cycle that continues on. I'm sure AJ like thinks the exact same thing, you know, because like when you're a kid and then like the insult to if you do something is like you're gay or that's gay, like that's used as an insult, like that's gonna rewire your brain in a certain way, you know. And so like Tony said all that, but also he said, when you think about it, live and let live, basically. So like that is exactly what I expected for Tony. Me too. Literally. It's just like, it's like that type of a teaching, but like when you actually like sit there and think about it, who gives a fuck? Yeah, he does not care. Who gives a fuck? And so I enjoyed his perspective, because I think it's a commonly held one, without maybe coming to the other part of the conclusion about like, well, let people just live. And again, also to take the point in time where this is also being created. But like he's also saying things that people say like it's being shoved down our throats. Like, God. Especially at that time. Give me a TV show. I think it was like the L word. Like literally the L word was possibly the only thing that existed at that point in time. I think that's how he discovered lesbians exist. Literally. So like I think I really enjoyed him and that topic in this episode. I think it's some things that I think are important because you know the type of audience that this show also brings, you know. And so like these types of storylines, I think sometimes like I believe watching storylines can make you a more empathetic person, you know. And so like I always like when something like this is placed here in this type of a show, you know, that's gonna especially coming attract from this audience. Coming from Tony Soprano in 2006. Yeah, you know, I agree. Especially because like he was constantly at the same time saying all the qualities that like he would respect in a person that like is employed by him, basically. Like it's his employee. Is that how it said? I don't know. I mean, he's the biggest earner. Earner. So like he was constantly saying that, like it's like in comparison, like what the fuck do you care, you know?
So yeah, honestly, I really like that.
And again, that does not mean that I believe that when it comes to it, Tony's necessarily gonna do the right thing.
Not at any point.
I wish. But I also think that he is a slave to his own
I agree because
environment.
Yes, because honestly, technically, it would not make sense. This is not a hill that he dies on.
Mm-mm.
This is not a thing that he's gonna fight so hard on. He did fought even more than I expected.
Literally.
I expected him to talk to Melfi, let's say, and say his honest words. But when it comes to talking to the guys, I didn't expect him to defend the guy.
Yeah.
And say no, we should not kill him for this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So he, in my opinion, even surprised me. He even did more than I expect him to do.
Yeah.
So I definitely believe that the episode is gonna end with him killing, because judging by everything that we saw so far, that is something what Tony Soprano
that tells you a lot about his character, what he believes and what he still does.
That's constant. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That is constant.
And so, again, I think saying all this, he's still gonna kill him if it comes to it.
I think so.
If this was not the last time of us seeing Vito, and if Vito in any way comes back or they find him.
Definitely.
Or whatever, I don't think that Tony is gonna be man enough to stand by his convictions.
No.
And I think Vito is gonna end up dead. So, and I think that seems like a more likely story for The Sopranos. Again, I feel because it's the last season, I feel like we're gonna pick them off one by one. Mm-hmm. I really think it's either jail or death from one by one.
I agree.
And this is right now it's Vito's, unfortunately. Mm-hmm. And it's not fair because why is he dying? He's dying because he's gay. Mm-hmm. Then again, you can say that it is his punishment for choosing the life that he has chosen.
Yeah, because now, and
that's gonna be true for everyone.
Right now, he sees that he can live free. That people around him
live freely.
He saw so many of the men in this town who are free, holding hands, talking to their barista about themselves,
being normal,
open, whatever,
Yeah, not thinking about it.
So he chose the line of work where you cannot
do that and be that. And that's his tragedy and ultimately I think his punishment.
Oh, we'll see.
I mean the death part, not him being gay. I enjoy that storyline. We had another point with Meadow. God, what is her boyfriend's name? I have no idea. God, love everything that Finn told her. Because Meadow gets really defensive when it starts to talk about her family. It's not difficult for her to see injustice being done. But when it comes to looking within, that dissipates immediately. I think even, I don't know if she's not aware fully, again, of who her family is. But I don't know how she could not be, because it always goes back to the same thing with Meadow. She's the type of person that's gonna talk about right and wrong, about specifically about minorities. And then, when they mention Vito, it's she cannot wait to gossip, knowing what being gay in that environment can do to someone. And then Carmela also saying that to Tony about what she saw. If they didn't have that, maybe the guys would not have gone as hard, because some of them were still defending it. It was not clear cut. But by her saying that, she signed off his death sentence. I don't know if they realize this.
Do you think that she realizes she signed off his death sentence?
I think it's irresponsible for you not to realize what your actions are going to do in such an environment.
Irresponsible.
Yeah.
Okay, because it's responsible.
It's irresponsible. Again, I think she refuses to know fully who her father is, because even when the whole Finn episode was happening, she was oh, he's sweet or whatever. Finn could have fucking died, and you're saying, oh, they're sweet or whatever. So I really don't know what, does she just do what Carmela does? She knows, but she also chooses to not think about it.
Yeah.
Does she do the same thing? And that would make sense, because she's walking down that same road.
I think so. honestly, but like I don't know how to explain that. Like I do understand that in some ways. Again, that's her father. That's the whole life she knew, you know. And I don't think she actively thinks, oh, I'm gonna ignore that, you know. I don't know. I think she just like how Tony didn't want you, like he was abused as a child, but you cannot accept that you were abused as a child because that brings so many more things, you know.
Yeah.
So like your brain does not want to, like, shuts down. You know what I mean? Does not want to accept things like that.
Yes, but like I think it's a different, because like when you talk about Tony not accepting that, that is, I think he was abused as a child. And when I think when we talk about Meadow or Carmela not accepting it, I think it's because like they also don't want to lose what they have.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And that's a difference to me.
Yes, I agree. I am not 100% sure that like I agree with Meadow about Meadow with that.
I'm not 100% sure. It's just like I
understand.
I'm trying to read it.
I completely understand about Carmela.
Yeah.
Again, it was her choice who she's gonna marry. You know. Again, it's gonna be Meadow's choice who she's gonna marry at the end of the day as well. You know, and she is gonna marry somebody rich, and she's gonna marry some. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, it is gonna be her choice. But I think when it comes to what your parents are doing, it's not an abuse maybe per se, you know, but like it affects your childhood. I don't think things like that are easy to accept fully, even though you do know them. But like again, knowing that your father does crime is not same as understanding that like he kills people, and in what way kills people, and would kill Vito if he found.
Wasn't there like a point when what is her ex-boyfriend's name?
Okay.
Remember,
Jackie
like
Jr.
Yeah, like when he died, and I don't know if this was me thinking whether she's gonna think that. My memory now is, I don't know if I remember that happening or if I thought something like that was gonna happen. But like, didn't she have thought that he could have been killed? And then she chose to ignore it. Then, like, at the funeral, she defended the family, remember?
To me, that's same as saying he chose this life. You know what I mean? Yes, she chose to ignore it, but, like, she cannot accept some things that easily, you know?
No,
She didn't choose to ignore it. It was like,
No, I think, like, same how Chris, like, chooses to think that, like, the guy that Tony sent him to kill is his father. Like, he chooses to think that to continue, like, believing that Tony cares about him.
Yeah.
You know, like, again, I like choose.
Yeah.
I don't know what different word to use. Like, I think it's similar to that to me.
I understand, yeah. Then, yeah, I think she chooses to ignore things because I don't think she can accept some things or deal with some things or things like that, you know?
Yeah.
So, I think so. But, like, again, to me at least, it's not black and white.
I mean, it's never black and white. It's really rarely black and white.
So, like, to me, this makes sense.
Absolutely.
To me, it would be impossible. It would be so hard for me to imagine a storyline where Meadow from the start living the life that she has led, being spoiled, being this, that, now turn out completely different way, went against her family, you know, and like somehow this is the most probable scenario of where her character is going, and I really love the storyline. You know?
Yes, it feels like
natural.
It was almost no other road to take.
Just like for AJ.
Yeah, of course.
What I cannot personally imagine the storyline different for him than this right now.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah, I agree.
So like at the end of the day, yes, it is choice. They all choose. Tony's in this business because he chose to be in this business. But like when you think about it, it was impossible in some ways, you know, like very, very hard for them to choose any other way, you know?
No, I agree. It's just like, again, she's gonna grow up to be Carmela. She's right now like 23.
100%.
You know what I mean? Like
100% Carmela. Of course, some things are gonna be different, but like 100%, at least I see it that way. That she gossips because she heard it in a home. She went to her mom and couldn't wait to get it out of her mouth, like that video is, because that is what her mom does, and she listens to it every single day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you're like a sponge.
I mean, of course.
Basically.
Of course.
So, like, I love the storyline. Just want to say that. Like, I love the storyline. I love seeing how
They have affected them.
Yes, but like I also love seeing show purposely put this storyline and saying, oh my god, it's a sin. What are you doing, people? Like, it's so fucking ridiculous to me when they say like things like that.
I cannot even comment on the amount of like hypocrisy or like every time someone says like, oh, poor you.
I literally, I cannot. Like, it's, I think the show does it perfectly. That like, you cannot, like, it's fucking ridiculous. How can you say things like, do you know what you're doing for job, for work? Do you know how you're earning money?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But like, it's a sin that he's gay. He likes men. What? You know what I mean? Fascinating. Like where they drew the fucking line.
Polly's like, oh my god, he's gay. Polly's stealing money and strangling old ladies.
Old?
Do you know what I mean?
Can you tell me?
Like, my mind does not compute this. I mean, of course, in their fucking word, I guess they think it's more respectable to choke old ladies than to have sex with a guy.
Fascinating. Honestly, I cannot wait to see where Polly's gonna end up. That's like gonna be. That's like I am more interested to see how Polly is gonna die or go to prison than Tony. Basically, 100 times more.
Yeah, Polly is. God, psychopath doesn't even fucking suit.
No,
I have no words.
I have never seen a character like him. He's a fascinating character.
No, like I think he would break psychiatrists' brains. Like, I don't think anyone could fucking like. There's no institution that can like give him any type of diagnosis. Insane behavior.
So honestly, a perfect episode.
Yeah.
Very interesting topic. Can't wait to see what's gonna happen next.
Yes.
6 episodes done of this season,
and
all perfect. So there is a potential for this being our favorite season.
Was that difficult to say? Good job.
Okay, guys. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you soon. Bye.